This is my 5-minute pitch for Unit 7. So today I'll be talking about my area of interest and the quote that I've picked, theatre company and a practitioner that we'll be talking about. To start with my area of interests, I would say that acting is, to me, my favourite subject in it is probably naturalism, because how I get to express how I feel through my voice and through, like, how do you say it, I like to express how I feel towards audiences with the character that I'm playing, which I think can bring a lot of tension to, like, shows that I like to be in. Like Spring Awakening was very good to do, as I got to play Rilo, who was a bisexual character, who had, like, as a actor, had to do stuff that if you were actually that person you'd be more comfortable with, and like as like a straight guy, but then if you're getting self in the character and then you're just going for it, then, like, I don't know, just like kind of shows that how, like, I can basically commit, how much you can commit yourself to a character with using naturalism and the methods that are used by, like, a practitioner to be able to get the confidence to play such a character. For, like, what I enjoyed most about it was probably the things that I had to do in it, which was challenging, but then I like to face, like, the challenging. So I like things that come to me that I think that look difficult to play, but it didn't, when they don't seem interesting at first, but then when you come to look at the character more, you just want to play it, and then when you look at how they're, like, speaking in it and the monologues, then you're just like, oh wow, the words in it is just really nice to, like, say as the character, because they're not really used by anyone else in, like, the show. So that was pretty good to do. For improving on being like using naturalism would be probably my voice, with being a bit more louder in, like, with my volume, because it mixes with my diction, and, like, so I don't really exercise that much, so that's probably something I'll have to get along doing more, doing some, like, red lorry, yellow lorry, and, like, more voice exercises and diction exercises. With the quote that I've picked is a Stanislavski one, which is not by, like, a book, an author, but it was a pretty sick quote, so I thought I'd use it. It says, bring yourself to the part of taking hold of a role as if it were your own life. Speak for your own character, in your own person. When you sense this and kinship for your part, your newly created being will become soul of your soul, flesh of your flesh. I think a quote like that used by Stanislavski is very, like, motivational for, like, some actors, as you could get to use it in, like, a show you might be in, or just an actor in general. But it just, I think it gives more, like, oomph to, like, what you're playing in when you're having a role, like, maybe pretty difficult role to have, or it's easy, but then you still have to get out in front of the crowd and do your stuff and say, like, your lines and stuff, which can be difficult if your confidence isn't high. But then when you look at that, then you just kind of, I say it puts you more into more, like, character, because he's kind of saying that when you're the character, you're basically that person now, and then he will always kind of be with you, whichever character you're being, as a female or male, even if, like, they're mental, like, funny, any kind of like physical or mentally like emotions that your character has, it'll always be with you. But then you know you can always use that for like future characters that you might want to make. For a theatre company, I'd pick National Theatre, because for like their work they've done Warhorse and what's it called, The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Night Time, which I liked a lot because of how they use the lights. Not just I don't just like it because of the naturalism of what they use in the show as actors, but like how they done the staging and how they used like the tracks when the middle of the stage like kind of went down, and then it was really smart how they used like their movement to kind of use that when like transitioning the scenes, as like it's like the stage was just like moving a lot because there was things coming out the walls when he was like walking up and down as well, and there would just be these different lights where there would be like going on to each like actor, mostly the main one who it's about, but the main character definitely is incredible for naturalism because he has to say all these equations and act as like a someone that has these needs as well. Like he's not like all like normal, so he has to play like two kind of like a smart and then like a dumb side to him as well. So that's pretty good role that I love in that show. For the next thing I'll be talking about is my practitioner Stanislavski, who uses like he as like a person, he was not good at acting at all. He found it, and then he kind of looked at people and then made these skills which can make you develop into whatever character you wanted to be. So he'd make like methods like hot seating, the magic if, which have your character kind of like putting like more emotion into whatever you're saying in lines, and the what, why, and how, more like questions into like the character's life, and yeah, just methods that can help like actors just get more into character and being able to be more comfortable with themselves while on stage, as they know really well how their character thinks, moves, and interacts with everyone else who's a part of your cast in the show.